Everybody is a genius. But if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Logic will get you from A to B. Imagination will take you everywhere. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value. God doesn't play dice. Falling in love is not at all the most stupid thing people do, but gravitation cannot be held responsible for it. Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited, whereas imagination an area of sky and earth. It is the supreme art of the teacher to awaken joy in creative expression and knowledge. If A is a success in life, then A equals X plus Y plus Z. Work is X, Y is play, and Z is keeping your mouth shut. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination. You have to learn the rules of the game. And then you have to play better than anyone else. The only source of knowledge is experience. Most people say that it is the intellect which makes a great scientist. They are wrong, it is character. When you sit with a nice girl, for an hour you think it's only a minute, but when you sit on a hot stove for a minute, you think it's an hour. That's relativity. All religions, arts, and sciences are branches of the same tree. If the facts don't fit the theory, change the facts. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. How on earth can you explain in terms of chemistry and physics so important a biological phenomenon as first love? I am enough of an artist to draw freely upon my imagination. Anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new. I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious. Any man who reads too much and uses his own brain too little falls into lazy habits of thinking. Joy in looking and comprehending is nature's most beautiful gift. It's not that I'm so smart, it's just that I stay with problems longer. The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. It is the source of all true art and science. What really interests me is whether God had any choice in the creation of the world. There are only two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. Pure mathematics is, in its way, the poetry of logical ideas. Your imagination is a vehicle for the life to come. The only reason for time is so that everything doesn't happen at once. I am thankful for all of those who said no to me. It's because of them I'm doing it myself. Common sense is the collection of prejudices acquired by age 18. Big anger dwells only in the bosom of fool. The most difficult test in a relationship is not to agree but still join hands. It is easier to denature plutonium than it is to denature the evil spirit of man. I think and think for months and years. 99 times, the conclusion is false, the 100th time I am right. To raise new questions, new possibilities, to regard old problems from a new angle, requires creative imagination and marks real advance in science. I speak to everyone in the same way, whether he is the garbage man or the president of the university. Science without religion is lame. Religion without science is blind. The similarity and solitude of a quiet life stimulates creative thinking. Never memorize something that you can look up. If we knew what it was we were doing, it would not be called research. 3 rules of work. Out of clutter find simplicity, from discord find harmony, in the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. With God we are all equally in size and equally same, but categorized by our own manner. The difference between genius and stupidity is, genius has its limits. God always takes you on the simplest way. I never teach my pupils. I only attempt to provide the conditions in which they can learn. Information is not knowledge. The only source of knowledge is experience. True religion is real living. Living with all one's soul, with all one's goodness. The most incomprehensible thing about the world is that it is comprehensible. Not everything that can be counted counts, and not everything that counts can be counted. The mass of a body is a measure of its energy content. I believe that a simple and unassuming manner of life is best for everyone, best both for the body and the mind. Look deep into nature, and then you will understand everything better. The only thing that interferes with my learning is my education. The world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. The monotony and solitude of a quiet life stimulates the creative mind. The real sign of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination. Everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. All knowledge of reality starts from experience. The secret to creativity is knowing how to hide your sources. I have not arrived at my understanding of universe by means of the rational mind. Weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character. Human beings must have action, and they will make it if they cannot find it. Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. Creating a new theory is not like destroying an old barn and erecting a skyscraper in its place. It is rather like climbing a mountain, gaining new and wider views, discovering unexpected connections between our starting points and its rich environment. The release of atom power has changed everything except our way of thinking. Loneliness is painful when one is young, but delightful when one is mature. Memory is deceptive because it is colored by today's events. Intellectual growth should commence at birth and ends only with death. The only real valuable thing is intuition. The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. We still do not know 1,000% of what nature has revealed to us. Peace cannot be maintained by force. That can only be achieved with understanding. A human being is part of a whole called by us the universe. Sometimes one pays most for the things one gets for nothing. Few people are capable of expressing with equanimity opinions which differ from the prejudices of their social environment. Most people are even incapable of forming such opinions. We can't solve problems by using the same kind of thinking we used when we created them. I never think of the future. It comes soon enough. The value of a man should be seen in what he gives and not in what he is able to receive.